Well, it's been about 6 months since I last reviewed a Star Wars film. Feels like way longer than that, but lo and behold, it's only been 6 months since Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and I thought, well, it's about time I finish off the newest trilogy again as a casual fan at best. With this trilogy, however, compared to the other ones, I've never seen these before, so I mean, outside of clips, and I kind of know roughly the stories of them, but not enough to like. They still feel like brand new watches to me. So it's going to be a little bit of a novel experience for me to see these films and everything I heard about them. Some people, despising the Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, and some people liking the middle chapter. All the controversy that goes back and forth between this specific trilogy. It's going to be fun to see it with kind of new eyes in a sense. So yeah, this one at least was fun. And it there's some things about this film that felt different than the other Star Wars films for sure, especially in the humor, and I'll get to that. But there's things that feel traditional and feel well done. I remember Adam Driver being in this film, and I specifically remember seeing his face and scenes of him. And I do like the costume design and character design of his character. I heard a lot of people like him better with the mask on than off, and I can't disagree because Adam Driver, like, he has this non-menacing face, whereas the mask that he wears is much more menacing, kind of in the Vader style. But I like how they gave it its own spin on the thing. I really liked the lineage, like Vader being his grandfather, Han Solo being his father. That's a cool way to tie in the old movies, I found, with this one, and kind of start off this trilogy in a path that would be enthralling and interesting, and also make a lot of sense as well. So aside from, like, I can see people's beefs, I guess, with the casting choice of Adam Driver in the character, but I think the character itself of Kylo Ren is a good addition to this trilogy. We'll see how they use or utilize him in the future films, but as for now, he's pretty good. The first act of the film is brilliant. I really liked everything going on in Jakku. I love the fact, and I didn't even know this happened, that they use a stormtrooper played by, I forget the actor, but the name of him, Finn. How he betrays the stormtroopers, and he betrays the First Order, and you kind of have this like rogue rebellion thing going on with his stormtrooper, and I liked that direction, and he does a really good job as his character of Finn, and I like the escape that he has with Poe from the Resistance, and he, it's funny when he tries to play off as somebody from the Resistance because he doesn't sell it very well. That's kind of what makes it funny. And I guess I should talk about the humor. A lot of the humor in this film felt very different from other Star Wars films. And of course, it's a different director, so it's going to. But like, even when Poe at the beginning of the film is talking to Kylo Ren and he's like, okay, who speaks first, you or me? That sarcastic tone I like a lot, but I've never seen sarcasm like that in Star Wars films. At all, like even slightly. So they really amplified the sarcastic humor, I should say, in this film. That made me like, it was very very unique and a total change of pace, and I like it, but it's definitely noticeable in comparison to the older films how different it is. So Rey's character I really like too, but everything basically involving the first act and everything going on in Jakku, and that battle was spectacular when the stormtroopers come and attack at the beginning of the film. That was really really well done. I really like the BB unit droid. I think it's BB-8 they call him. So basically this film does what every Star Wars film does, and it takes a really really simple story and stretches it out to almost 2.5 hours, which is not always bad. Sometimes actually it's well done, especially in this film specifically. But the Star Wars universe has a good crew behind it to make that not lame kind of thing. Because the stories are so easy to tell normally, and how they're able to stretch them out into epic space operas, I really appreciate. And this one is no different because really, I mean, this one, just like other Star Wars films, you could probably sum up in 30 seconds, really. You've got Finn, who rebels from the stormtroopers. He meets Rey on planet Jakku, and they're using the BB-8 to. The BB-8 has a map in it that is leading to Luke Skywalker, and then the First Order wants to capture the BB-8 and stop the Resistance from finding Luke, and they're basically trying to fix the BB-8 and combine it with R2-D2 to go find Luke wherever he is in the galaxy. And essentially that's it. So the fact that they can stretch that simple story and narrative into a 2.5, it's not exactly 2.5, but you know what I mean, an over 2 hour film, and make it really captivating is good. The J.J. Abrams, I can't even speak. J.J. Abrams did this one, and I think he did a really good job modernizing the Star Wars saga and continuing it forward. I really do look forward to The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker, just to see what the hell people are talking about. I'm insanely curious on what people either despise about those films or love about them. I've heard like part 2 feels like a part 1. I've heard that before, and I heard that Rise of Skywalker just concludes things really poorly. We'll just have to see anyway. All the introductions of classic characters are super well done in this. I love the introduction of Han Solo. I love how they steal the Millennium Falcon. And I was really into how they did that so early. And they, as soon as they're running towards the Millennium Falcon, like it's something recognizable immediately. And then when Han Solo is introduced, they introduce him perfectly. They introduce Leia perfectly, which they call her Governor Leia Organa, which I've never heard her be referred to as Organa before. Maybe she was, but I didn't notice. So that was new for me. I don't think I've ever heard Princess Leia be referred to as Organa. I think it's unique to this film, but could be wrong. Don't shoot me. I'm a casual fan only. And I don't know anything outside of the now 7 movies, because I haven't seen the next 2, and I haven't read any books, and I haven't seen any shows, and I haven't seen like Solo, A Star Wars Story, or any of that stuff. Might review those too, by the way. I might do Solo and I might do Rogue One, but still thinking about it. Definitely going to do this full trilogy though. The Rathtars aliens are pretty cool. My favorite alien character by far, I don't know about in the entire trilogy, but I really liked Maz. What's her name? Maz Kanata in this film. The little short female sounding glasses, spectacles alien. I'm gonna say she, assuming it's a she. She is such a funny character every time she's on screen, and just the way she speaks and everything. Definitely one of my favorite characters. When it comes to like the alien characters of the franchise. Not that I minded Jar Jar a whole lot compared to everybody else who despised Jar Jar, but this one is like a massive improvement to when it comes to alien creatures than Jar Jar was. The scene where the leader of the First Order is having this speech with all the like army of whoever and is speaking. Everybody that said that is very like Nazi Germany is not lying. Holy crow, like, could you be any more on the nose when it comes to recreating something very obvious from history? Like, holy crow. They really hit that on the nose. Han Solo's death was super unexpected. I was not expecting him to be taken out already in this film. I kind of got the feeling that when the scene started happening and on that bridge when Han Solo started walking towards Kylo Ren, that probably something tragic was going to be happening. But like I said, I didn't think they were just going to kill Han Solo off like that. And I don't know how I feel like about it, because Han Solo is one of the best characters in the Star Wars universe, so to continue from here without him, and it also makes me wonder how many other characters are just gonna cut clean to replace with the new ones, and yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. But the dialogue back and forth between Kylo Ren and Han Solo was well done, and you can see the tension. You can see like Kylo Ren's kind of struggle still with the dark side versus the good side, I guess. Even though he's way leaning towards the dark side, and I don't see any recovery from him. I highly doubt that he's going to be converted back to the good side or anything like that. So I see him as the permanent villain going forward. And the climax, the final battle with Kylo Ren and Rey was good. I like the forest atmosphere. I like the snowy atmosphere. I love, ever since I saw it in the trailers, I love Kylo Ren's lightsaber, and I don't know why they didn't utilize or make something like that before with the two red beams going from the side of it too. I really like that. Like, that looks amazing. And from the time they released the first trailer, I remember seeing that and being like, that looks really cool. Why didn't they do that either before, or why didn't they do more of it? Because I like the whole style of that a lot. C-3PO, again, perfect introduction, but when he came in with that red arm, I like that little twist. And it's a nice kind of change for 3PO. It kind of made me laugh as well as appreciate it a lot, with like having a little bit of a change to C-3PO. There's a scene too that I really liked involving a stormtrooper, when the stormtrooper acknowledges Finn and calls him a traitor. The stormtrooper is using this weapon, again, that I've never seen before, but the weapon was awesome. Again, it's another weapon that I hope to see more of, and I'm glad they utilized in this film because it looks badass. And the weaponry and the new kind of, weaponry they use in the film is all unique and is all badass looking, and I really want to see more of that as these films progress. So as of now, this is a really, really good start to the trilogy, and it's disappointing to hear that the trilogy doesn't get better from things I've heard, but I can only make my own opinion on it. So I am excited to be checking out The Last Jedi, and I want to see how that goes as a casual fan. I think my favorite Star Wars film, it's a close battle between Revenge of the Sith and The Empire Strikes Back. I guess those are my two favorites from each trilogy, Revenge of the Sith and Empire Strikes Back. Even though Attack of the Clones has a lot of nostalgia for me, on the rewatch, it's easy to see that Revenge of the Sith definitely aged way better than Attack of the Clones did. And The Force... Is it The Force? No, it's not. I'm reviewing The Force Awakens. Friggin' Phantom Menace. Jeez. The Phantom Menace is not nearly as bad as people say it is, and I know it's the weakest Star Wars film. For most people, I don't know if people hate The Rise of Skywalker more, but I know it's not liked. But The Phantom Menace is, in my opinion, really not that bad. And same with Jar Jar. Honestly, check out my other reviews. All the reviews for the previous trilogies are on the channel. Jar Jar ain't that bad. Jar Jar ain't that bad. He really isn't. For the hate that guy gets, and poor actor. I've heard that the actor went through so much struggle with afterwards, with all the backlash and shit that he got from playing that character, which is dumb. Why an actor would get backlash for playing a character that he is not. I don't get it. But that's The Force Awakens, and like I said, great start to a trilogy. Just really curious to see where it goes from here. Check out the other Star Wars reviews that I have on the channel from a few months ago, and continue for the rest. And subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you like to listen to my voice or if you like my film reviews. I'll be back with more soon, so stay tuned for those. Check out what's on the channel already. Stay tuned for what's coming. Until next review, have a good one. Take care and cheers.